Yo, Kpaceguy here. Really quick video, messy room, sorry. I had a comment on one of my videos asking about bookshelf speakers that I have, and they used to be back there, and I had some different ones. I'm gonna make a video on several things. I got a lot of new things in here. But this video is gonna address the Fluance Signature Series bookshelf speakers. Um, Somebody asked me to compare what would I compare these to, and I've had a lot of bookshelf speakers. I had a lot of speakers in general. Um, this speaker, they want me to compare it to the SX6 from Fluance. I had the SX6s before I got the Fluance Signature Series, and one of the big differences that is obvious is the size. I would say this is probably as high, if you can go down here, this is probably as high as the SX6 would come, and this is probably as deep, as wide. The depth is probably about right here, if you go on the top view. So if you cut all this off, this much, and then about here, that's how big the SX6 is compared to this. The biggest differences, besides the size, is the sound. Because of the depth that these have, it has a lot more of a frequency range than the other ones did. The tweeter is completely different. The material for this is a fiberglass woven woofer right here. Much different than the other SX6 bookshelf that I had. This plays louder, it plays clearer, it plays cleaner. It um, has the same size driver, and it also has the same size ports in the front. But this is superior by far to the SX6s. Um, Very good bookshelf for surround sound. I use it mine for obviously for a surround application. I use it in the sides here. This is my side of my listening position right here. I've also used it in the back room, and it plays just fine. It sounds perfect in any aspect you want to put it in. But people who want to use this as their final player, or maybe just their regular two-channel listening, it's very good. Very musical speaker. It sounds just like their bigger brother, just without the bass. I'm gonna take the grill off. These grills are magnetic, so I love it. If you see here, this driver, that's the mid-range driver that's in the tall towers, is exactly the same as the bookshelves. From here up, exactly the same. So it's pretty much taken a third of this speaker and making it into a bookshelf. It's not as wide and clearly not as deep, but of course inside here there's bracing inside, so every section is braced off. But this is really a phenomenal speaker for record playing, for surround applications, or two-channel listening. It plays very loud. Um, I pumped some tunes in this thing, and I have it cut off at 60 hertz. I'm pretty sure on the back, if we want to take a look, I don't know if I can spin this without knocking it over. Let's see what it says back here. 30 to 100 watts. It plays down at 60 hertz, and that's exactly what my receiver has cut it off to, is 60 hertz. But I can tell you, oh, I'm gonna drop it and put it back on the stand there. I can tell you right now that it can go lower than 60 hertz, not by too much, and not that you want it to. But 60 hertz is what it says that it goes down to. I'd give it a good 45. Um, I have put this as my front speaker and pumped some bass through it to see what it could do, just for the fun of it. Just when I wanted to test port noise as well, and it doesn't have any. I mean, of course, at really crazy high volumes, yes, you're gonna hear it. I don't think any speaker in the world you're not gonna hear it, but it takes a lot of power before these things start sounding crazy. I've made this remove distortion levels. I haven't got it to distort yet, even though it's been moving like crazy. I'm not going to see how far I can push it. It's not something that I want to do to my speakers, but it can handle great power. It can handle great dynamic ranges. It can handle different applications in home theater. It can handle music. It sounds brilliant. So I would definitely recommend these over the SX6s from Fluance. I haven't heard too many other bookshelves. I heard Yamaha bookshelves. I heard a few Paradigm, of course, Paradigm, Bowers and Wilkins. They're gonna be pretty top notch. I would put this against some about Bowers and Wilkins bookshelves. Bowers and Wilkins bookshelves, I would say, are deeper than these are, but height wise, I want to say that these are higher. I went to Best Buy a couple days ago and saw some Bowers and Wilkins, and just to compare the tall towers too, these are the tallest speakers you're ever gonna see in your life, unless you really go to the audiophiles who have 10 drivers and they go up to the top of the ceiling. For normal home theater applications, these are the biggest thing you're gonna see. Bowers and Wilkins, I want to say they go here, and this is the top. They stop here, and their width is not nearly as wide. Their depth is nowhere near as wide or as deep. Um, but their bookshelves compared to Bowers and Wilkins, I would say that port wise, Bowers and Wilkins wins. The Bowers and Wilkins has one port, pretty big, and it usually sits at the bottom, and it's flared. I'm not sure if these are or not, but I would say for the ports, the Bowers and Wilkins would win. Woofer design, exactly the same cone. I think that Bowers Wilkins uses a bigger cone, therefore Bowers Wilkins would win in that aspect. But what these reproduce, I wouldn't give one hand to another. These are cheaper by far than Bowers Wilkins because of the name, but I would definitely put these up against them. I have gotten to hear them at Best Buy, and of course Best Buy, I wouldn't trust their calibration. I wouldn't trust. I would trust their acoustics because they have that special magnolia room in their building. But as far as calibrating the receiver and tuning everything and the bass being cranked up from listeners who came in to try things, um, I can't 100% say that. I can't 100% back up what I'm saying because the room and everything. But from what I heard, these are definitely where you want to go. Beautiful finish. Of course, I haven't seen any Bowers and Wilkins bookshelf speakers with this kind of finish on it, so 100% thumbs up for the finish on these versus Bowers and Wilkins. Bowers and Wilkins is beautiful. It's a beautiful speaker, but I wouldn't knock these off at all. If I had to choose one or the other, I would pick Bowers and Wilkins just because it's Bowers and Wilkins. But these are phenomenal, and they do exactly what I need plus more. And if you see my other videos, my space is not that big, but um, beautiful grills. Just snap on in there. Done. So it's awesome. Of course, you got some stuff on top of it, but these are amazing bookshelf speakers. There is an identical brother over there on the other side of the room. Stay tuned for videos coming up this weekend and next week. I have some acoustic panels I'm gonna talk about these speakers after listening for about a month. I'm gonna talk about a new receiver, a new music stand, and Atmos speakers. Okay, so stay tuned. Thank you guys. Kpaceguy out.